Hello, everyone, and happy July. We got some good games coming out this month, so let's get on to it. First up, coming on July 14th, it is Power Wash Simulator. Now, in Power Wash Simulator, you wash away your worries with the soothing sounds of high-pressure water. Fire up your power washer and blast away every speck of dirt and grime you can find, all with simple satisfaction of power washing to a sparkling finish. This is coming out July 14th. It's been in early access for a little over a year, but the 1.0 release is finally coming out. And I love simulation kind of games like this. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, actually sitting at 97% right now out of over 19,000 reviews. So I would say this one is a definite pickup if you are into these kind of games. And this is also just a perfect one for the middle of summer. Okay, next up is a game I'm super excited to just see what it is. This is As Dusk Falls, and it's coming July 19th. This is an original interactive drama from Interior Night that explores the entangled lives of two families across 30 years, starting in 1998 with a bank robbery gone wrong in a small town of Arizona. The choices you make have a powerful impact on the characters' lives in this uncompromising story of betrayal, sacrifice, and resilience. You can replay the story again and again to uncover vastly different outcomes for the characters and explore hidden nuances behind every decision. This game has got a really cool art style that I really like. It's almost like they took actual photographs and put some kind of filter on them. It may actually be what they did, but I love the style of this. It almost looks like a graphic novel, and it looks like it's going to be a choose-your-own-adventure type game, kind of similar to Telltale games, where your choices matter and actually have consequences and affect the outcome. So really looking forward to checking this out. It's also coming out on Game Pass, which is awesome.
Why are you following me? We've taken very different paths in life, but they all lead back to Two Rock.
And coming in next, July 13th, is Loopmancer. Loopmancer is a 3D platformer roguelike action game with realistic graphics that take place in a cyberpunk universe. Players play as a detective who comes back to life in an unexpected death and battle in this lifelike and futuristic city of the East. You play as a brilliant private eye who is killed while investigating the disappearance of a famous female journalist. Immediately after his death, he wakes up with a new start in his apartment. Before he can process what happened, his phone rings and his colleague at the agency tell him of a new case, the disappearance of a famous female journalist. So yeah, this is another roguelike, 2D, very cool art style. Love, love, love the cyberpunk setting, and I am so down for more of these types of games. I'm still playing through Metroid Dread for my first time. Was not crazy about it at first, but I'm enjoying it more and more. And it's actually causing me to really want more of these types of games. So very excited to check this out. Have you ever wanted to play as a stray cat, where you untangle an ancient mystery to escape a long-forgotten cyber city and find your way home? Well, you can in Stray. This comes out July 19th. Lost and alone and separated from family, a stray cat must untangle an ancient mystery to escape a long-forgotten city. Stray is a third-person cat adventure game set in the detailed, neon-lit alleys of a decaying cyber city and the murky environments of its seedy underbelly. Roam surroundings high and low, defend against unforeseen threats, and solve the mysteries of this unwelcoming place inhabited by curious droids and dangerous creatures. See the world through the eyes of a cat and interact with the environment in playful ways. Be stealthy, nimble, silly, sometimes as annoying as possible with the strange inhabitants of this mysterious world. Along the way, the cat befriends a small flying drone known as B-12. With the help of this newfound companion, the duo must find a way out. Stray is developed by Blue 12 Studio, a small team from the south of France, mostly made up of cats and a handful of humans. This game looks awesome. I have been waiting to play this game for a really long time. Ever since it was first announced, I was 100% in. I love the style of it. It's more cyberpunk stuff, and you get to play as a cat. Coming July 26th is Immortality. This is a game from Sam Barlow, the creator of Her Story and Telling Lies. So it's a cinematic FMV type game. If you've played these types of games, you probably know what you're getting into. Immortality is based on the fictional actress Marissa Marcel, who had starred in 3 movies but were never actually released. Marcel has since gone missing, creating mystery for the player to solve. In the same manner as Barlow's previous works, Her Story and Telling Lies, Immortality incorporates the use of full-motion video for the player to piece together Marcel's fate. The player begins with one clip from one of the 3 films, and the player can pause and click on a person or item of interest. The game will then show all the other clips from the 3 films, as well as behind-the-scenes production footage and television and interview clips, which the player can review and seek out further persons of interest. So it sounds very similar to Her Story and Telling Lies. I never really got into these myself, but I know that they had a really large cult following and received a lot of very high praise. So if you like these kinds of games, I think it's worth checking out. And for the survival horror fans like myself, we've got a game called Madison coming out July 8th. Madison is a first-person psychological horror game that delivers an immersive and terrifying experience. With the help of an instant camera, which I'm assuming is like a Polaroid, connect to the human world with the beyonds, take pictures, develop them yourself, solve puzzles, explore your surroundings, and most importantly, survive. I saw this on Steam, and it looks like it could be interesting. The developer is Bloodious Games. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And it looks like this is their first game. So I'm not really sure what to expect. This kind of reminds me a little bit of a mix between Outlast and Fatal Frame. Now, personally, I wasn't a huge fan of Outlast. I just didn't really care for how many jump scares they had. I thought that the atmosphere was pretty good, but I just thought they had too many cheap jump scares. And I also haven't played Fatal Frame, but I've always heard so many good things about it. So I think this could maybe mix a little bit of the two and give us a nice balance, and also throw in some cool survival horror mechanics. And yeah, I'm always down for more survival horror. And coming in next, we've got Live Alive, which was originally a 1994 RPG developed and published by Square. But this is a remake for the Nintendo Switch, which is scheduled to release July 22nd. The game follows 7 distinct scenarios scattered across different time periods, with 2 more unlockable scenarios linking the narratives together through the recurring antagonist. Gameplay is split between exploration and story-specific twists, with turn-based combat playing out on a grid. This is a game that I had never heard of. A lot of those old JRPGs I just never played, never had a console when I was a kid, so I missed out on a lot of great games, I'm sure. But if you like these kind of games, I think you will probably really enjoy this. It's got a really beautiful 2D HD look, they call it. Kind of reminds me of Octopath Traveler. And it looks like it's got some elements with like Chrono Trigger mixed in with the different time periods that you go to. So yeah, really cool looking game. Now last but certainly not least, coming July 29th is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Set after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes place in the world of Aeonius? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we're just going to go with it. Where the mechanically proficient nation of Kieves and ether-oriented nation of Agnes are at constant war with one another. The wars are fought by engineered soldiers with limited lifespans of 10 years, all 10 of which are spent on fighting. Among both forces are Offseers, soldiers who play special flutes to mourn the passing of the dead. The game will feature 2 protagonists and 4 other main characters. After encountering each other during a special mission assigned by their respective superiors, the 6 soldiers end up becoming fugitives hunted by both nations. The group then sets out on a journey to Sword March, a part of Aeonius pierced by a giant blade, to seek answers, defeat the true enemy, and bring order to the world. So, Xenoblade is a series that I've always wanted to get into. I never played the first one, but there was Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I really, really wanted to play. Didn't have a Wii at the time, but I finally got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch, and what I played was really, really good. There were some pretty big performance issues, mainly the resolution and the frame rate would just be terrible at times. I mean, I'm talking about like 540p and 20 frames per second. It was really, really rough, but you can't deny that the world is super cool. These environments take place on these gigantic creatures that they're so big they literally have like cities built on them. I mean, they're massive. So it's really unique and really interesting. And I don't believe that you really need to know much about the previous stories. Could be totally wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that, of course, it's set in the same world, but focused on a completely new set of characters and stories. So I'm really interested in checking this out. I just hope that it runs better than the previous one, because the previous one definitely had some issues. And that's going to do it for the games of July. I think it's easy to overlook games during this time of the year. There's usually not a lot of really big games coming out, but I think we've actually got some pretty exciting stuff coming in the next month, and I am really excited to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you could give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, it would help me out so much, and I would really, really appreciate it. And you can also check out my Twitch stream, where I stream 3 to 4 times per week. We're usually just playing games and just chatting with our wonderful community and just talking about what's going on in the gaming world. We also cover events like E3, Nintendo Directs, Sony State of Plays, all that good stuff. We do it over at our Twitch stream. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.